Hello again, 11th grade math. Today I'm going to do another problem that involves finding asymptotes, domain, range, and a sketch of the graph. The problem is from our packet. It says sketch the function. And our function is going to be y equals 7x over negative x minus 15. Using your GDC, and state the domain and range. So this is looking slightly different than our a divided by x minus h plus k. Our form here is y equals ax plus b over cx plus d. And we know that the horizontal asymptote is y equals a over c. Vertical asymptote is the same as x equals negative d over c. And we're going to use that to confirm what we see on the graphing calculator. So in the graphing calculator, which I have right here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I already have it typed into my calculator, so just showing student. Got to make sure we include parentheses around the denominator so we get that graph to be just right. And if we start with our original zoom, we can't see both parts of the graph. So what I'm going to do is hit zoom again and go to 3 for zoom out and hit enter. You can see both parts of it. So I'm going to do a sketch, and sketch doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, but I'm going to show that I'm going to include I'm going to use a math journal as a ruler because my desk is kind of shut with the tripod. I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to draw here. And because this question is asking us to use the GDC, I'm going to just check for those asymptotes and kind of like critical points because we need to see the intercepts. I'll do that by going to second table. And I had it set for a different type of problem solving. I notice right at the very top, it's sheer luck that it says 0, 0. That's where the x-intercept and the y-intercept are. And if I go back to the graph real quick, I can see it's right there. And I think I'm going to make sure I can get the asymptote as well. And this would be a over c. So 7 over negative 1, which is the same as negative 7. I'll just do kind of a quick check here by, just checking that negative 7 is what's the graph is approaching. And yes, that does work. And count, and I'm not doing this to scale, I'm just doing this so you can see it in the view of my graph paper. There we go, y equals negative 7, and I like to put, this is for communication And our vertical asymptote is when this bottom is 0. So x minus 15 equals 0. I could do it d over c, but I want to show that I can solve for this. And I'm going to check again. Oh, and I realized I can't graph that on this, but if I can count over, it will be at 15. That's one thing that is hard about graphing calculators. You can't plug in vertical lines. Desmos can do that for us. It's going to be x equals negative 15. Got 0, 0. X and y intercept. I'm going to draw gently through to kind of get that curve shape. Last part is domain and range. I'll do this in pink marker and scoot up our work a little bit. Domain is going to be all the possible values of x. This curve can do all possible values of x except for here. So we'll say it's in all real numbers except for negative 15. Range is for the all possible y values. That can happen everywhere except here. So y is in all real numbers. Y does not equal negative 7. And that is how you do sketching functions and finding domain and range using the GDC.